No, I think that is a problem. This attention span is a problem across genre, I think, because if you looked at the short list of even the long list of the International Booker Prize 2025, I think except for one book, every single book was under 200 pages. And so that became it became a very noteworthy issue for everyone, saying, "Oh, everyone wants to read short books." Because in fact, I was just talking to my partner about this, that if you open a book as a PDF today on your computer, it just there is a strap which says, "This is a long document. Do you want a summary of it?" You
I
know.
know. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's atrocious to me, and then does make me wonder, if I were to sit and write a 500-page novel, and somebody wants to just make a 30-second reel out summarizing that, then I mean, I think that's a problem that we grapple with as people who create anything, create films, create music, create books, or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I wish AI would just go away on some days, because it's just so atrocious the way it is just invading our lives. And yeah, I think it's a very common problem. And I mean, this is where, like, small groups like this, I think this is where the resistance has to come from. The fact that we are willing to sit and talk about a book, or talk about a film, or talk about a creation of something, any cultural thing, and engage with it on a deeper level. I think that's where these pockets of resistance and um, hopefully, I mean, I guess, has to come from.
Resistance remind
Agreed.
you of this book that I couldn't read it, but there was this essay that you had written for a book by Left Word Publications. So do you want to talk
Yes.
about that?
Yeah, sure. So leftward, in case anyone's not aware of it, is this left leaning publication based in Delhi, and sorry. Um, It's a so this was I think 2019 or 18 or 19 that I wrote this. Um, so those of us who have grown up in the 80s and 90s would remember that the former USSR just flooded the country with books which were translations from Russian literature, right? So I grew up with a house full of them, because I inherited my grandfather's library, and there were a lot of these books, books by Raduga, by Progress Publishers, by foreign FLHP. So all of these, I'm sure all of us have seen that, these hardcover, extremely cheap
Hmm.
books by Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Pushkin, Maxim
Yeah.
Gorky, all of these things. And so my grandfather's library mostly had them in English. But then there were a few which were also translated into Kannada, and I know that these books were translated into most major Indian languages, and you would find them everywhere. They were like a few paisa each. I think the fattest book would be like 2 rupees. Even in the 90s, when 2 rupees, you wouldn't find any other book there. So this was an essay I wrote for this collection anthology called "The East Was Red," which was about these cultural productions which were consumed in India. And I think the reversal was that we didn't send our books out, but we sent a lot of films out. So there's a very
Oh,
deep,
yes.
uh, long connection of Bollywood Hindi films being sent to the USSR. And I mean, I think I'm sure you'll all have heard of it. How I'm sorry, Raj Kapoor was crazy popular in the USSR, and there are still, Hindi film songs being danced to and being extremely popular in even the smallest of towns in Russia. So there's this cross-cultural soft power thing that was happening was very interesting. So this essay is about that. For me, it was about the books that I grew up reading, and but it's a beautiful beautiful collection of essays by different people, talking about these cultural influences. So yeah, I mean, you could look it up, and yeah, I'm sure the Raj Kapoor films are familiar. All this stuff. Even in fact, that famous song, what is that? Mera Juta Hai Japani. He talks about how ye patloon, listen, sar pe lal topi Rusi, right? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
the red cap being from Russia and all that. So that's a nod to his fans in the former USSR. So it's fascinating, all of these things, and the fact that I was reading these books in a tiny town. So I still live in the same town. I used called Madikeri. It's in Coorg. It's about five
Oh.
hours from Bangalore, 5, 6 hours from Bangalore.
Mhm.
So it's crazy how those propaganda things worked, reaching even the tiniest of towns and villages in across the country.